This week marks 20 years since Hurricane Katrina struck the United States. It brought unimaginable destruction and human suffering to the Gulf Coast, particularly in and around New Orleans. Now, the storm made its first landfall 20 years ago today on the southeast coast of Florida. When it emerged into the Gulf, it became one of the strongest hurricanes on record to date. You can see it goes from this sort of blob of clouds into a much more classical looking hurricane as it traverses the warm waters of the Gulf. It reached Category 5 strength before weakening to a Category 3 right before landfall. Now still, the disaster touched thousands of lives directly and indirectly. One such life was Patricia Carey. According to the Biloxi Sun-Herald, she was a transplant to Waveland, Mississippi after spending much of her life in Iowa. She was killed in her apartment at age 73, found sitting in a chair by one of her daughters. KCRG TV9's Mark Geary spoke with her family back here in Iowa after the horrible news reached home.
A big dirt. Had to dig our mother out. She washed her face off. She finally found somebody with a cell phone somewhere. And it can only be for a second because people were trying to use the phone because cell phones aren't working. And the battery's going low and there's no way to do it. And she called and she said, I found Mom, she's dead.
Cindy Lee's sister hasn't moved since that phone call. She's sitting alone in her mother's apartment with the body.
We're not leaving her alone. We know she's gone, but we're protecting her body till somebody gets there.
She's such a strong person. It's hard to realize she's gone. I mean, I pictured she'd be around for a lot longer than this.
Pat Carey loved to make people laugh. Even after she was gone, she brought a smile to her daughter's face.
She taped what cash she had on her stomach.
She was especially proud of her grandson David when he served in Iraq. Every morning she sent him a dirty joke to liven up his spirits.
You got a kick out of the joke, and then you got a kick out of a 75-year-old woman sending you a dirty joke. You don't really see that.
She valued her family above anything else.
I made her this birdhouse, and it has her address on it that, you know, she lived in. And she always had it right next to her TV. And she's always told me every time she looked at the TV, she's always seen me.
In April, she finalized her will, and of course, included a little humor.
Born in Iowa, seems fitting that some ashes go back to Iowa, preferably not in the cornfield.
She also left a touching message for her family.
I am also in the wind, the sun, the flowers, and all of God's wonderful creations. Most of all, I live on in your hearts.
Mark Geary, KCRG TV9 News.
Hurricane Katrina killed 1,392 people, either directly from the failing levees in New Orleans or the inadequate response afterward. $125 billion in damages makes it the most costly tropical system ever. New Orleans lost nearly 30% of its population by the time the next census occurred in 2010, and still over 120,000 people never returned.